Why would you post that? For real, why would you post that? That is so embarrassing. This horse probably has a nightmare, a living nightmare, every time this girl gets on. Hey bitch, and welcome back to another video of me talking about people I hate. Welcome back, you guys, to a new Raleigh Reacts video. I'm so sorry about my film and upload schedule currently at the moment because I'm moving, and I'm moving in just a few days, so everything's hectic and crazy and we're trying to pack a lot. Excuse my upload schedule. It's gonna be wild until probably the end of the holidays. If you're new to my Raleigh Reacts videos, these are videos I make reacting to mostly animal abuse or horse abuse. It's mostly equine education or animal education based, and these are all video submissions sent by you guys for me to react to. So if you would like to send a video for me to react to, send it to RaleighReacts@gmail.com, right up there on the screen and in the description down below. Before we get into today's video, I want to say a massive thank you to Established Titles for sponsoring me. If you're unfamiliar, Established Titles sends you proclamations in the mail allowing you to become a lord or lady in Scotland. Essentially, these proclamations allow you to own a 1 square foot plot of land in Scotland and be able to change your name on your plane tickets, credit cards, etc. to lord or lady. Established Titles is based on traditional Scottish land ownership customs, and it is such a perfect gift for you or your loved ones for the holidays, or even for couples. They do have couples titles packs as well. It's not just for humans, you can also do it for animals. As you guys know, Link is a lord officially, and my dog Rain is a lady. But as you can see, this is what Rain's proclamation looks like, and they're so cute. You can hang them up on your wall. They come in such a nice sturdy frame. The best thing about Established Titles is this company is fully dedicated to land preservation and conservation, not just in Scotland, but across the world. So Established Titles has partnered with One Tree Planted and Trees for the Future to plant 1 tree with every single order placed on their website. This helps reforestation efforts globally, not just in Scotland. I really believe this is such a fun gift for everybody, especially because the holidays are coming up. So if you guys would like to pick up anything from establishedtitles.com, you guys can click my link, which is RaleighLink, to get 10% off your purchase, and the first 200 people get a plot right next to mine in Scotland. Actually, Links and Rains, but you get what I'm saying. So I want to say again a massive thank you to Established Titles for sponsoring me, but let's get to it. We have a lot of videos to react to today, you guys, and it was requested of me that I start making my Raleigh Reacts videos a little bit longer. A lot of people want me to make my Raleigh Reacts videos about 30 to 40 minutes long, like kind of a podcast once a week essentially, and let me know if that's something that you guys are interested in. I mean, okay. Kind of seems like this horse is some sort of a draft cross, maybe even a Frisian. It looks a lot like Raleigh, to be honest with you. I don't really have anything wrong with this. I think that there's too many ropes around the horse's face. I don't know why they have a rope going up around the horse's face like what they do, but I think that's maybe a little unnecessary. I get that they're trying to resemble reins and a saddle and weight. So a lot of people like to break in horses this way, or start horses is the more ethical way of saying it, but they don't want to immediately just throw somebody on the horse's back, so people will find stuff like those weights on the side to try to weigh the horse down and get them used to carrying weight on their back without a person on them complicating things, which I actually agree with. I think this is how horses should be started. The rope around the rear end is just for safety purposes. It's for additional control in case the horse freaks out and runs off. That's not really unethical or inhumane. A lot of people find that when they're starting horses that are a little bit more nervous, they have a little bit more control over the horse by putting a rope around one of the rear feet. This just allows you to make sure that the horse doesn't run off and injure themselves, because a lot of people, when you're starting a new horse, you actually do have more control control over a hind foot than what you do over the horse's face. So that's just additional leverage and it's additional control to try and keep the situation from going south. This looks fine to me. I mean, I think these people are trying to go about starting a horse in an ethical way without overwhelming the horse completely. A lot of people just want to throw somebody up on the horse and then it causes severe issues and trauma and psychological damage. So this is way easier. I mean, this is a lot easier, and I don't have anything against this. I actually think that's pretty well done. Oh God, the title of this is Girl Breaks Horse Back. I already know the fat community is going to be coming after me again. I swear to God, I've never gotten more hate in my life than when the fat acceptance community came after me a couple months ago for saying that overweight people can't ride small horses that are too small for them. I just feel like that's common sense, and it's so funny that so many people sent me death threats over that. I was like, are you kidding?
Why does that feel so fake? Feel it.
Why would you just run that on me? You gotta stop before I kick you.
That horse looks so ugly.
Okay, I'm stopping it right here just because I have to point this out. First of all, these handlers are terrible because they know she's too big for this horse. That's why both of them are helping her up on the horse. If you know somebody's too big to ride a horse, you're equally responsible for abusing it. You can do serious damage to a horse's back, musculoskeletal system, etc. This is so bad, you can cause severe back trauma to an animal by doing this. These guys are equally responsible for this type of negligence and animal abuse.
Girl, go on, get on. Move the apron. Move the apron.
Woo!
So the horse is moving around because the horse is trying to catch its footing because he can't carry her. People think that just because horses are horses that they can carry an infinite amount of weight. And what you fail to remember is that horse backs are actually not designed to carry that much weight. They're just not. That's exactly why equestrians are supposed to stick with a 20% maximum weight load on a horse, including tack. You shouldn't weigh more than that, tack included. So if you're weighing 20% or more with tack, then you weigh too much. And that's just how it is. You're going to cause back problems to your horse if you haven't already. And all horses are built the same. They have the same anatomical structures. So for people to sit there and say that some horses are built differently than others is a load of crap. And that's just their way of excusing abusing an animal. You should not be allowing stuff like this. And honestly, I really think people who do this should be prosecuted because this is the same thing as beating an animal on the street. Yeah, because, I mean, you weigh too much. That poor horse, dude. If you want my professional opinion, I don't believe that the horse broke its back. Because the horse gave away to the pressure pretty quickly and he just laid down. So I don't think the horse broke his back, but you know, that's not to say that this horse couldn't have had a significant amount of damage done in a short period of time. I honestly think that that's really embarrassing. If you're putting yourself on an animal that lays down because you're too heavy, that's your fault. And you also don't get a pass for abusing animals just because you're fat. You just don't.
Se vieron pasar unas blindadas, era del vago la caravana, tacobas, tajos y silverados, y una que otra que estaba empotrada, iban escoltando al cholo Iván.
You know what I hate about Charo riders, because this is clearly a Charo rider? I hate the fact that Charo riders try to copy every single aspect of other horse sports that they think is cool. Like, this is obviously from reining, and they also tried and do pee-offs from dressage and whatever. But it always looks like shit, and they go about it in such an abusive way. That's why it looks like shit. When you abuse a horse to do something, it's not gonna look good. And he's beating the crap out of this horse to get the horse horse to spin, and that's not how it's taught in reining. That's not how people teach it professionally, and that's why professionals look really, really good, right? You can see the huge difference between the two. One is frantic because they're beating the crap out of the horses to do it, and the other one looks really nice and professional and well done. It's a difference in the training, and it's a difference in the methods and the way that they get there, and that's why they look drastically different. So it's just hilarious. I really dislike Charo riders. I think that they literally shortcut everything and they just abuse horses to get a very quick result, and that's why Charo riders are some of the worst riders out there.
I woke up this morning in a good mood, told myself it was going to be a great day, and then everything kind of just went to shit!
Yeah, I kind of need like a loader.
I mean, what did you think was going to happen? This is what makes me so mad about hunters, okay? Because I've taken my horse camping a lot, and I know that something that a lot of people do, especially hunters, is they like to rent horses. That horse probably doesn't belong to that guy. What's hilarious, and I've seen this a lot, is hunters seem to think, because they have no horse experience at all, that horses are just like these magical creatures that can walk over anything, rocks, water. I've seen hunters come really close to drowning horses in rivers because they think that horses can just magically cross all rivers. Same thing with this. You know, he thinks that this horse is some magical mountaineer that's not gonna get tripped up over massive boulders, and for some reason he thinks the horse is gonna be able to cross this. This is so stupid. I mean, this just shows you how dumb a lot of hunters are. Horses should not be allowed to be rented out to people for backcountry riding, because that's just a recipe for disaster when you're mixing somebody who's a novice or beginner rider with a horse that's supposed to be taking them backcountry. Because you get people like this who think, oh my god, my horse is just going to be magically able to walk across boulders without slipping or tripping or falling or breaking a leg. I mean, look at that, bro. Like, why would you take your horse through that? That is literally just a recipe for disaster. That is literally a horse that's just going to break their legs. And you can tell that this horse does not belong to this guy. No one who actually has a horse would force their horse to go through that because they know that the horse wouldn't be able to do that properly. How fucking embarrassing, dude. I hope that they were sued or fined heavily by the company that rented them these horses. I mean, absolutely, they could have killed that horse. All it takes is a broken leg and that horse is done. Because of their stupidity. Because of their stupidity. Why would you post that? For real, why would you post that? That is so embarrassing. I mean, it doesn't surprise me that a barrel racer was able to hang on by the reins and yanking on the horse's mouth, because that's all they do anyway. And it also doesn't surprise me that she had no stability in her lower legs and had no real balance, because barrel racers don't have that anyway. And it also doesn't surprise me that the horse walked off when she was trying to mount it, because all of the barrel racing horses are crazy and not trained at all, and all that people do is run them in circles, so they have like no patience. This is just embarrassing. Also, when she finally does collect herself, she's riding like shit. I mean, look at this. Look at this, guys. This is exactly why she lost her balance and was unable to successfully mount her horse in the first place. Look at how she rides. This horse probably has a nightmare, a living nightmare, every time this girl gets on. I really cannot react to barrel racers anymore because it makes me so mad. I mean, I have met some ethical barrel racers, so it's not to say that there aren't any out there. People who don't take the bare minimum effort to teach a horse to stand still when mounting. And this was something I briefly went over in my last Patreon YouTube members video, where I talked about how important it is for a horse to stand still when you're getting on until you allow them to walk off, not just for their safety, but for your safety, for patience training, for balance work, so many things. It's just manners, right? When you can't teach a horse basic manners, you shouldn't be riding them. If your horse will not stand still, it's going to cause you serious problems later on if you just keep letting that go. And it's also lazy. That's what it is. I've even seen some professional riders here on YouTube who are like, oh, well, I can't really handle my horse, so I just let him walk off because otherwise he has an attitude. That's lazy. That's so lazy. And you're letting your horse walk all over you and tell you that they don't have to listen to you, that they don't have to be a partner with you, that they don't care what you have to say to them. It's just bad manners all around. And that's something that should be taught to horses who are properly trained in the beginning of starting them under saddle. If you don't have that, you're not a good rider. I'm just saying. But anyway, whew, this one I was really heated, you guys. I had a lot of stuff to get off my chest in this video. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Definitely check out Established Titles, and thank you so much for sponsoring this video. Remember, this video is just my opinion, so I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you haven't, but I'm sure you have, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!